planning to vlog today, but I think I scared the cats. I think the sunny weather is making me feel like I need to film, so the mood is bright, which is good. Hasn't felt this way in a while. So we're gonna do an at-home vlog. I do have a lot of updates. There's so much I wanna tell you, and I feel like I'm finally ready to be more open about what's going on. So we're gonna chat about that. I have some house updates to show you as well that I think are super cute. If you're into spiritual and witchy stuff, you're gonna love that portion of this vlog. And then we gotta talk about my October and November reads because I have a lot of books that I've been reading as well. But I really want to see what's in here. This just showed up this morning outside and it's a Saturday. So I usually am not expecting anything on a Saturday, but I actually did get to meet the IHERB, or at least some of the IHERB team when I was in LA. Oh, that's the other update I need to tell you later. I think I'm going to LA in like 2 days, but I'm waiting for a confirmation email and then we're gonna get crazy and probably book flights and all that later. Anyway, last time I was in LA, I did get the chance to meet some of the wonderful women that work with IHERB. So I'm so curious to see what they sent over. The Ultimate Korean Beauty Package Collection. Oh my God, I just got a tiny little disco ball from the thrift store. I hope it's not too obnoxious because like there's a light on my face literally, but yeah, I think I'm going out for a really cool work event in LA on Monday and today's Saturday. So I'm just waiting to hear confirmation from the rep, and then if that happens, I'm gonna feel the most manic I felt in months. IHERB, what did you send? Oh my gosh. It's like a little advent calendar. Do I open all of these right now? What do I do? Maybe I'll open these on TikTok. Is that annoying to do like a 7-day unboxing where I open a new one each day? I need something to look forward to. I need something to live for these days. So not to be dramatic, I'm sorry. I know people hate that. I'm not being dramatic. I am, but I'm not. So maybe I'm just trying to get my life purpose right now. So maybe I will do that. Sorry this was like uneventful, but there is a lot I want to talk about in today's vlog. So let me get ready for the day. I'll probably shower. Like I said, it's so nice out. I want to go outside and read. But I did order something for myself that also arrived today. I have been eyeing a drying rack for my kitchen for a while, and this drying mat for my kitchen for a while, and this was on sale for $9. I know the checkered gingham print is fast fashion, you know, like it's not going to be cute and trendy forever, but all of the other designs were more expensive. Plus it's just gonna get used and like worn anyway, so I don't need it to be like trendy forever. But I did want to show you, I'll link it down below if anyone is curious, like that material that like doesn't get wet. So when I'm doing dishes, I can put you down here where the camera is, or here. Or I was even thinking, because I saw people in the review photos do this, I could put this underneath my little coffee area and just give it more of like an established place. Because this is looking like a hot mess express right now. I also found this thrifting recently. Should I just do a quick little thrift haul of things that I've been thrifting right now? I'm doing a 30 thrifts in 30 days series. I'm sure it's been posted on YouTube Shorts by the time that this video goes up, but I gave myself the challenge of going to 30 different thrift stores in the Twin Cities area in 30 days, posting every single day. It has been a really great distraction for me right now. It's giving me something to do, something to work towards, some project, you know, all of that. But the problem is I keep finding stuff at all these thrift stores, and I'm buying a lot of stuff right now. So let's do a quick thrift haul of some of the items that I am obsessed with lately. Starting with this adorable little utensil holiday holder. I have a Halloween utensil holder and then like my normal one that I use, but I surprisingly did not have a cute little Christmas one. So I thought this was really cute. I like the subtle hints of green in my kitchen, and now with this too. And that, oh my God. Wait, everything goes so perfect together. LL Bean recently sent this over with a campaign that they did with Little Brown Books. So I've just been placing it there for the season. I still have the tag on because I just have been too lazy to take it off. But little tiny disco balls. I put one on my patio door and that hits the ceiling in my sunroom. And then you can see some from this one right here. Oh my God, this one is perfect. I recently found this. This is one of my favorite finds recently. I don't like the dark green. I think I'm going to paint it white. This is so perfect. It's down here because I have to paint it. I wasn't planning to tell you this down here on the floor before I like got ready for the day. I thought this would be more of a sit down official part of the vlog. I am reconnecting to my spiritual self so much these days. I think going through a really big change in life, like a almost 5-year relationship ending, you hit a point where you're talking to all the gods and the angels and spirit guides and running through tarot decks as fast as you can every single day and just feeling like, what is the point? What's going on? What's my divine purpose? Am I meant for this? You hit a point. I feel like I'm leveling up spiritually so much these days, like on a higher being. Like who I was before does not even compare to who I am now and who I will be in the future. I'm getting really into manifestation again, spiritual work, spells, whatever you want to call it. And I was always like connected and spiritual like that, but for a while my life was so stagnant and going so well that I wasn't trying to manifest anything necessarily in. I didn't need to, but now it's like, wait, I have dreams, I have things I want to do. I feel so powerful again too. And I'm learning so much more about the quantum realm and the 5th dimension and different realities. I know some of you are probably rolling your eyes right now, but I'm learning a lot about different realities and quantum leaping and how to manifest your highest reality and going into the 5th realm and the quantum world. I'm reading a lot of literature on this right now as well. And I feel so connected again. Like I said, I feel more powerful. I just feel like I'm leveling up to my highest self again. And I feel so like in my power. It's a very, very strong feeling. All of that being said, I'm doing more rituals. I'm doing more things that require more tools, more candle work, whatever it is. I need more tools. I need more space for it. So picture this with basically the color of my walls where the green is. And look, I can like hang dried herbs here upstairs on the wall. So I can put herbs and candles and like witchy stuff in here. It's gonna be so, so cute. Trying to think if there's anything else I have down here that I recently thrifted. I found this beautiful angel candle at a thrift store. You can see the candle stick is pretty burned out, but I have been learning about angels. I have this old book on the Book of Angels and I reread it because it is so helpful for me right now and like I need this, okay? And they go through different angels and like what days to reach out to these angels. Yesterday was Friday, which was this angel's day. So you can write a petition in Theban script. There's all these other like correspondences with this angel. So basically it shows you like how to pray to them or whatever you want to call it. The crucial part is to write it in Theban script. So I've been writing it in Theban script. You put it in an envelope with like their favorite flowers or spices or anything else that goes with that angel. I've been putting the letters each day to these angels in the envelope underneath my new angel candle and then lighting the flame to send out my petition. Like I said, I feel so connected again to like my higher self, my spiritual self, and she's thriving. I wanted to show you that angel though, because I found that the other night. I went to a little vintage pop-up with my mom and I found this little glass dollhouse bathtub. But I thought she would be perfect in my bathroom for like jewelry and stuff. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite finds recently. Look at her. It's a little like shelf, wooden staircase shelf I can put little things on. Oh, I found this massive like candle snuffer. This is for like big pillar candles. Like, oh here, perfect example. I got this candle holder. This is all for like spell work. I'm not even gonna lie. I know a handful of you like witchy stuff in these vlogs and I'm sorry it's been so long, but I'm back in my power. I found this thrifting the other day. Yeah, it's got like pressed flowers and then this unused purple candle. Definitely look up like which candle colors to use for different intentions, but if I need one that's purple, you never wanna blow out candles if you're doing spell work or manifestations with it. You want to snuff them like that. I found this the other night. Perfect for burning rituals. Like if you are manifesting something and you need to burn it, I could put incense in here. I could do so many things with this. I found this little heart-shaped tray. I feel like I just lost a handful of you. Bear with me, okay? Just have an open mind. This is what I need right now. So if this isn't your jam, feel free to skip ahead, but at least appreciate the vintage stuff. I found all of these vintage frames as well. These are my favorite, like little gold frames like this. I cannot wait. I need new frames to put new photos in because I have not been able, as you may have noticed, I'm just not ready to remove a lot of the pictures yet. Yeah, I can't do that, but I can add new frames with new photos. I need to show you one of the most exciting thrifted finds. I already put it up in my upstairs bathroom. That's how excited I was for it. Oh my gosh. Oh, I almost forgot. Well, I started a bath altar as well because my friend Bennett actually is really into bath rituals, and she does a lot more glamour spells, which, you know, go with the Leo essence of her, but I need to get into glamour spells. I need to start giving myself some self-love, and I think bath rituals are very powerful and I want to learn more about it. So Bennett has this amazing bath altar. If you remember, I think I showed it in my LA vlog from a couple months ago. I want to start a bath altar. I found this beautiful seashell candle at a thrift store with pearls in it. Pearls are my birthstone, so this felt so perfect if I ever want to do like a self-love or glamour level up something with me. I found this gold candlestick holder as well. I got some soaps from Florence, Italy. Are you here for the haul? For one of the most exciting things that I already put up in this bathroom is this beautiful, is it better with the light on? Oh my God, why was I filming in the dark? This beautiful little cabinet organizer, look at her. This is for all of my bath ritual herbs, oils, little tea light candles, because I also found this little candle holder and I thought she would be perfect for glamour magic in the bathroom. So I think she's so cute too. So if I'm like taking a bath, what are you doing? I can have those candles going, I can have this candle going, so I have extra little tea light candles in here, but the plan is to put like anything that I'm using for bath rituals. It's mostly just herbs. I can put in here, I could hang little dried flowers. It fits the space perfectly. I also love how if I leave the doors open, it low-key like, I mean in the mirror you can see it, but it hides the outlets and I really like that, but the one outlet that's out is like the only one that I use. Yeah, it's hard to see from this angle, but it is like perfectly in the middle, like measured between these two outlets. Wait, I just realized that the outlet plates are not even. Like this one's lower than that one. I wish I never knew that. I'm gonna leave this open so I can't see that. But how cute is she? Like, isn't she so perfect? I'm putting a lot more self-love into my home again and into myself. I'm so happy to like have finally made it to that stage because it has been a very, very dark and a very, very hard last 2 months. I don't know if I'm starting to come out on the other side or if I'm just, I don't know, every single day is different, but I like this phase where I'm making my space me again. I feel like I've showed this a little bit, but I changed out my nightstand over here. I have this beautiful vintage light that I was supposed to sell in my vintage shop. This is my grandmother's necklace for protection, some keys to Hecate, my little lucky bumblebee that I got at a vintage shop. This is like my totem right now. I found this penny heads up the other night. This is literally a little love petition. Lots of little changes in the house that I think are really good for me. As cliche as it sounds, and as much as I didn't believe everybody when they told me every single day it is going to get better and better just bit by bit, like it will get better. And for the longest time I was like, no, it won't. I think the level of sadness is still there, but it's starting to, the space around it is starting to get bigger again with other things. And I haven't really explained the work opportunity yet in LA because I don't want to jinx it until I get the confirmation, but today was like the first day with this opportunity on the horizon where I realized, oh my God, my life is so much bigger than a boy that doesn't want to be with me. And I'm excited again. And I just realized there are better and bigger things in my life than begging somebody to come back. Let's just say it's starting to get better here. And I kept a lot of that offline. I did not film much the last couple of months. I was luckily so behind on content, I could just post what needed to be posted still. And maybe you wouldn't have noticed the gaps in between. But I did take some time off from filming vlogs. I did book hauls, but as you could tell, it's November. I posted a book haul that was for September. So there is a slight pause that I know is there, but today is a good day and I want to try to capture that and I don't want to forget it. Plus, I feel like a lot of big changes are coming. Like I can feel it and I'm so excited. That's what's been going on, but welcome to the vlog. It's so crazy that this Saturday it feels like it's 60 degrees out and I'm reading outside, but next Saturday it's gonna be in the 20s to 30s and possibly snowing. I'm gonna miss this. It still feels like summer, doesn't it? Yeah.
One of the books they have a teacher evening time and there were like
I am launching a very, very small Christmas collection on my vintage shop, like literally just 5 items and then 2 paintings that are downstairs still that I need photos of against a wall down there. But I want to show you what is launching early December. I have this Precious Moments little Christmas bell from 1997. 1987, I have the Precious Moments January Snow Globe. I've got this glass caroling little dish or tray. I've got this beautiful purple plate. I have this Christmas Valley little train. This plus 2 picture frames. I will link this down below if you're curious. Whatever you see up on the shop is what is left. If you don't see one of these items on there, it means that it has already sold. And of course, I will throw in a little discount code for the YouTube family. So if you're watching this, you get a little discount. You know what I haven't done in a couple of months? A reading update on all of the books that I've recently read since the end of September to the end of November, give or take a couple. I am in the middle of, I think, 4 books that I'm currently reading, and I'll talk more about those later this evening. A lot of them are pretty out of my typical genre right now, so I think you might enjoy hearing about them, so definitely keep watching for that. But let me tell you, reading during a breakup is so difficult, and it took me a long time to get through these, but that is also why I chose most of these books to read, because there's a certain type of book that you can only read when you're going through it. Definitely not romance, definitely some easy ones, but let's start with the books that I was in the middle of reading when it happened, and then you'll kind of see the progression from there. The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. Or is it Poston? I know the trick is it's like Poston like post-it note, or is it Poston like Boston? One of them is no and one is yes. Anyway, this was 5 stars for me. It was so, so good. This was the first book where the male main character had basically the same name as my partner, and we broke up halfway through this book. So I don't think I recommend reading a book where the main male character or where the main character has your partner's name, because I'm starting to think it was bad luck. This was incredibly hard to get through. This was the most beautiful book that I have read in a long time regardless though. Like, the writing in here is absolutely stunning. The plot completely blew me away. It was so much deeper than I expected, and it was like everything I needed to hear in that moment, whether that was about grief or love or divine timing. I firmly believe that books find us at the exact time that we need it. So the fact that I've had this for years and I always meant to read it in the fall, but then got to it the exact moment that I did, was somewhere in the middle of it when my life fell apart, and then finished it when I was a completely different person. That is divine timing for me. At the end, in the author's note, the author writes like how she knows she'll be different in the future, and she says every time you come back to this book, if you come back to it ever again, you'll be different too. Reading is like time traveling. So after I finished this book, where is it? I wrote a little note to myself down here from October 19th in 2025. I said, read for the first time October 2025 during the hardest grief and growing period of my life, saying goodbye to my Ashton as Clementine gets hers. Maybe it's just not our correct or right timing. Maybe he'll come back, but I found this book so comforting. I am the aunt. I am Vera. I am Clementine. I am 30 and ending a 4.5-year relationship I never imagined ending. I thought of grandma. I thought of my sister. Next time I open or read this, I will be entirely different. I didn't even explain the plot of this, but honestly, go into it blind. Plus, I knew a lot about this plot beforehand just from what everyone else was saying, but it completely lived up to expectations. I loved it so, so much. I will be rereading this. It was so, so beautiful. Highly recommend checking out my full dedicated review post on my Bookstagram account, because I included screenshots of my favorite annotated quotes on that post. So if you want to see my favorite quotes, I won't waste time here reading them all, because visually, I feel like it helps to like see it written down. This book holds such a special place in my heart now. I loved it so much. Was it so hard to read, but at the same time, maybe the perfect timing to read. Maybe? Yeah, I don't know, but it was really, really great. Similarly, I think I was 2 chapters into this next one, then the breakup happened, and then I went back to finish it, The Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shields. This was also a beautiful 5-star read for me. It was sapphic. It is the coziest, warm, like honey witch story. She's basically a honey witch. She works with honey and flowers and bumblebees in this magical land. It kind of had a similar opening as what I would consider to be like Halloween Town, where the wise grandmother comes over and, you know, tells her that she's a witch and she has powers and she wants to go live with her grandma and learn from her grandma and then take over as like the town's witch. This is like my definition of what I would consider to be like a cozy fantasy that I can read, because sometimes fantasies go too fantasy for me. Like Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies is described as a cozy fantasy, but for me, I was kind of bored. I didn't really like this. This is like dipping your feet into cozy fantasy because there's just like a sprinkle of magic. Like well, there's a lot of magic, but it doesn't feel as overwhelming. It just feels so cozy, like you were in this field. Also the cover, it feels like the cover. That's all I can describe. It takes place in the 1800s. Everything about this I loved. Again, I tabbed, annotated, highlighted so many beautiful quotes in here as well. Each chapter also has this little bumblebee at the top. Oh my god, one of my favorite quotes is on this page too. Being a witch is so much more fun than being a wife. That's not my favorite quote, but it is something on this page. Again, I feel like this is one of those books that just found me at the perfect time when I needed it most, because I bought this a year ago, had every intention of reading it all summer, all spring, this fall, and then of course, as soon as I start it, my life changes, and picking it back up, it was full of quotes that I needed to hear. Again, their grief is a big part of this plot as well, but so is so many other things, and I cannot recommend this enough. If you like cozy, witchy fantasies that just feel like warm honey, like in the sun, I think I really resonate with this book because, as you can tell, it is also my identity, and I feel like a honey witch after reading this. This is definitely a book that I wish I could read again for the first time. Okay, and this is where I didn't know what to read next, because those 2 books I had started and then gone through this big life turning upside down moment, and now it was like I can't pick up a romance book. I can't think. When I'm reading, my brain travels elsewhere. So what do I need to read? Haunting Adeline and Satan's Affair. Okay, to be fair, I also read a few chapters in these before the breakup happened, but this was like the easiest turn my brain off read. I started Haunting Adeline, and then a comment told me that this is actually the prequel, so I went back and I finished Satan's Affair. I am planning to do a full video on reading popular dark romance reads, and I documented my journey reading these, and then I'm halfway through Haunting Adeline right now. I don't know if I will finish that book because I hate it. But this is the prequel, and I read this. It was wild. I'll talk more about it in that dedicated reading vlog. And then Haunting Adeline. Dare I say I actually enjoyed this book more than I thought by the end. I think I had Stockholm Syndrome by the end because I was like, why was that actually kind of fun? This is never a book I would recommend. If it intrigues you, if you want to give it a try and see if it is something that you enjoy, go ahead. I'm not going to yuck anyone's yum. I'm just not going to lie and say, I don't know, I don't want to talk about it. This was a very easy read for me because it was just so like WTF the whole time. I also read Frida McFadden's The Tenant. This was a Frida McFadden book. What can I say? It wasn't the worst one I've read, but it wasn't one of my favorites. It was just very solid. Maybe I'm just reading too many of her books, but I am starting to feel like the plots are getting so repetitive. Like this, I feel like had the same plot and the same setup and the same like way that she tricks you as a different one. The battery died. Hopefully it looks the same. Next I read Bad Girls Don't Die by Katie Allender, and this is a YA thriller. I think if I were like 12, 13, 14 years old reading this, I would be terrified in the best way. Like I kept having to think, okay, if I were a young teenager, which is the target audience for this book, what would I think? And I think this would be like such a fun read because I'm reading it as an adult. Yes, there were still some scary parts to it, but it is still a YA mystery thriller horror book. So there's going to be some youthful adolescent like element to it. Basically, our main character's little sister has like an obsession with collecting old antique dolls, and one of them kind of possesses her. And that's the plot. Spooky, terrifying, haunted dolls, really fun, and it was easy to read. Going through a breakup, I think the easiest books for me to read are like thrillers and YA reads and just things that like I don't have to use my brain for, that I can just easily get through. I did do a campaign with an indie author this month. In order to promote her book, I had to read it, and that is Mary Stone and Angela Kay's Gone Viral. I feel like the title is a little misleading because it's less about going viral and it's more about her missing husband, but either way, it was another very similar style thriller to like a Frida McFadden book that I could read very, very quickly. And if you want more of my thoughts on this, TikTok and Instagram has the full review. And as you saw in an early clip, I'm working on We're Not Safe Here for my arc. I did not get to an arc or a memoir for October, but I was being very gentle on myself in October, and like I might have mentioned, it is the end of November and I am just now like picking myself back up and being able to read and being able to film and all of that, and it's like been 2 months now, so it's been a hot minute for me. So I did not get to an arc or a memoir, and that's okay. I did my best, but now I'm trying really hard to catch up. This is an arc. It actually came out early November. Oh, it's good so far. It's like a little bit too sci-fi paranormal for me, but it's fun. It's very similar to like Stranger Things in my opinion. I really like the style of it because it's done in like a lot of text messages and like Reddit style threads and conversations or video scripts. For what I'm feeling like reading right now, it is perfect. If I were at a very different mood, place, genre, preference with my reading, it might not feel that way, but for what I need right now, it works really, really well. About a week ago, I was talking to Bennett. Okay, wait, am I announcing it right now? Okay, about a week ago, I was talking to my friend Bennett about The Housemaid and how she was so excited for the movie to come out and how I still hadn't read the book, and she was like telling me how much I need to read the book so we can see the movie together, and I was telling her like, I know, I'm just waiting for the book to find me. Like, I feel like I'm gonna come across it thrifting. Like, I don't want to buy it brand new because I know it will find me. The next day, I woke up to a mysterious package at my front door. That only happens when Bennett orders something for me and doesn't tell me. So I call her and I said, hey, did you send something to my house? And she was like, yes, open it. She sent me The Housemaid with a note on it that said, oh look, it found you, because I said I was waiting for the book to find me, so she really wanted me to read this. Then that is not where the story ends, because this is where it gets insane. 2 nights ago, I received an email from Lionsgate inviting me and as many tickets as I needed to a advanced screening of The Housemaid in LA. Did they give me like a 3-day notice? Yes. This email was Friday night and the first showtime was Tuesday. So I had Saturday, Sunday, Monday basically. And I said, yes, can I have 2 tickets for me and my best friend? They confirmed it with me yesterday. Today is Sunday, I leave tomorrow, and then we're going to go see the movie on Tuesday. So that means I have like 2.5 days to read The Housemaid. I started it last night. I'm about 100 pages in. I am so frustrated with the character Nina so far, but I can definitely tell that this is some of her best work. This writing feels so elevated and more advanced than her other books, but I think this is from Grand Central Publication and her other books are Poisoned Pen. So I'm curious if the editors or her writing team were like how they influenced this publication, because it just feels like her strongest work so far. I'm so intrigued and I cannot wait to see the movie. So that is why I am doing my best to read this as fast as I can, because I'm seeing the movie with Bennett at the Grove in 2 days. That is the other big announcement. I'm going to California to see this movie. That, I think I hinted at it earlier, but I didn't want to say anything until it was confirmed. I booked the flights yesterday, and it's always so exciting when you see like your flight to LA is booked and you leave in this many hours. It is so crazy how things kind of just fall into place too, because Bennett and I were saying like, we manifested this, because she was like, I really want to see the movie with you. She sent me the book, and then within days later I got that opportunity, and now we're literally seeing the movie together and I'm reading the book. But also she has been wanting me to come out to California to stay with her since the breakup, and I have been talking about it, but also being responsible and feeling like I can't just leave and do that because I have work and stuff to take care of here. Normally for Thanksgiving, I would be in California. That is what we had been doing in the past. So it was already hard, and I already felt such a loss of like, this year is so different, and thinking about how like normally we would be in California right now, or it is really hard to think like that, and it makes me really sad. So, oh my god, I'm like making myself cry. Bennett was reminding me like, how isn't it crazy that like the universe was saying like, no, you need to be in California for Thanksgiving, and now I'm going out there regardless for this opportunity. and I just booked everything so last minute. I chose to fly home on Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving just makes me sad. It's not one of my favorite holidays. My side of the family never does anything for it, and I feel like I lost the other side. I enjoyed it the last couple of years because it felt really homey and cliche and like, oh, this is like so cute and perfect and cozy and like family get together. Like I really liked it because I was spending it with my partner's side of the family. But I chose to fly on Thanksgiving because I didn't want to celebrate it. And I would rather be on a plane alone than be here alone thinking about the loss. Also, it was the cheapest day to fly, and so far I'm the only ticket purchased in the entire row on the plane. Like the plane is empty, so I kind of hope it stays that way. It is just so crazy how the world works sometimes because this feels so divine, and it is. Bennett and I were saying this is the best thing to happen to us in months, and we're not exaggerating. I didn't know what I was waiting for or waiting on, but suddenly I have a very exciting trip planned. I get to stay with my best friend. We're going to a really cool book-focused opportunity that we both feel like we manifested, and God knows what else is going to happen on this trip. I think it would also be really good for me not to be here over Thanksgiving week and to be there, and also I get to see the ocean, and that is something I need to do every single year for my mental health. Like the ocean is a very magical place for me. I feel very connected to it. Everything like worked out better than we could have imagined. Bennett has had an appointment planned in Venice Beach for weeks, and it's like a 3-4 hour long appointment, and now I'm like, this is so great, just drop me off at the beach. I'm gonna go journal and meditate and talk to the ocean and like have my peace with it while she's at her appointment. I get a full day at the beach, which I have been craving. The first thing, when I'm super sad and going through crap like this, the first thing I want to do is run away to the ocean and just go to the beach. And I was going through a very hard situation a few years ago, and I had a very magical conversation with the ocean in Florida, and to this day I believe that conversation at that ocean like is responsible for a lot of my wishes coming true, and I really need that right now. I really need to just I really need to just go talk to the ocean and sit there and like not be here. I got deeper than I planned to, and now I feel tight in my throat, and I don't like this. I'm supposed to only have high frequency vibrations right now, and this is kind of killing the vibe. That's what I've been reading the last couple of months, and that is the big exciting update, is we're off to California. The next vlog will be the California housemaid advanced screening with Bennett vlog, and I'm so excited for it. Now, I don't know about you, but when I'm going on a trip, I'm deep cleaning my house. I want it to be empty, perfect, clean when I get back, which means I have to go through the pile of PR that has been piling up by my door before I leave. We're really trying to get the sun before it goes down. It's like 3:50, so you know the sun's almost set. I'm also hoping that there might be some travel-sized items in here I can take with. Oh, I got eye patches. Therese and Honor. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I am set. I have their Aqua Bomb eye gel. This is so nice. I love their eye products because it's like a stone cold applicator, and it makes the biggest difference. I got this cute little Belief plushie keychain and another one of their Aqua Bomb Rose Lifting Eye Gel. Again, I love their eye gel products because of that like stone press applicator. I talk a lot about that in another recent vlog, so I don't want to yap too much about it, but could not recommend enough. Wait, why do I feel like it's Christmas? What is this? Oh my gosh, wait. It's also so heavy. Valentino Beauty sent over 3 fragrances. Meet the Donna Born. Oh, it's Italian. It's from Rome. Meet the Donna Born in Roma collection. We have 3 fragrances here. Born in Roma. Wait, this is gonna make me really miss Italy and then make me sad for other reasons. Can you guys believe that? I'm telling you something telepathically right now, unspoken. Can you believe that? We got Born in Roma Intense, and Born in Roma Extra Dose. I was literally just thinking about my time in Rome today because I had a really good memory of like my favorite part, and I wanted to tell him how that was like one of my favorite nights. Thank you so much, Valentino Beauty. I cannot wait to smell all these fragrances and to smell like a little bit of Italy again. Glow Juicy Jam. Okay, I think I got a little box full of lip glosses. They all smell so good. I have 8. I absolutely do not need all of these. I'll be gifting a handful of these because I do not need to hoard all of these to myself. Might as well share with some friends and family. Okay, we have a fan favorite here. It's me, I'm the fan. Kiehl's sent over some products and I love Kiehl's. Hi Makayla, get ready for a skin reset. Your personalized replenishment package has landed, bringing with it everything you need for a radiant glow. Oh, it smells so good in here. Okay, there's some massive products in here, but first I have this little thing of lip balm, which love, need. And then look, this is crazy. Amino acid conditioner. I haven't tried a lot of their hair products yet, so I'm really excited to try all these. Oh, I got a bath and shower liquid body cleanser in the scent grapefruit, amino acid shampoo, and a body moisturizer. Oh, all of these are being used immediately. Thank you so much, Kiehl's. I literally love them so much. They are the best. Let's do Cocoa Kind next because I also love this company. Got a restock on their Calming Magnesium Mist. I really, really like this. It's basically, oh, it's sealed, but it's just a little spray that you put on your face. And then they also sent over their electrolyte water cream. I believe this is a gel moisturizer. Thank you so much, Cocoa Kind. Last one, it is the heaviest little box, and I have no idea what's in this one. Oh my gosh, it smells so good in here. It is full of bath products. Ooh, it smells so good. This is all from Legends Creek Farm. They sent over 3 bath bombs. I think I did share a little bit in this vlog about how I am making my second bathroom upstairs, making it really like cozy. I did. I showed you my bathroom upstairs with the bath altar, bath ritual, so I want more bath products in there. This is perfect. Okay, they actually sent me 4 bath bombs. I found another one down there. I've talked about this here and there. I'm a freak when it comes to bars of soap. I don't know why, but like I prefer bars of soap. I go crazy over them at like vendors, like fairs, like summer festivals, like fairs. If somebody is selling bars of soap, I am buying them. Oh my God, have you ever smelled a lime scented bar of soap? This is fresh lime scented and it smells so good. I got some lotion. This makes me want to take a bath in with my new bath altar setup tonight so badly. I just got a mole removed on my back, not to get too TMI, so I'm not supposed to take a bath or like sit in a hot tub for a while until it heals. They sent over 4 more bars of soap. This is crazy. Bergamot lime, lemon coconut. That one smells, they all smell amazing. Lavender and eucalyptus. Wow, I'm linking this down below, of course, but thank you so much to Legends Creek Farm. I have to run a couple of errands. I do have to get a couple of travel essentials that I don't have right now. And then I'm gonna start packing tonight. I'm also trying to edit and schedule a ton of book Instagram, TikToks, and YouTube shorts to go up while I'm away. But I'm only gone for a couple of days, so it shouldn't be that much. But it's still like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday posting days that I need to make sure I have posts ready to go up. I also have to pick up this giant mess now. So I'll see you in a little bit. I started packing for LA, as you could see. The mess that you saw in those 2 clips were basically like my mood board so far. I don't know if I'm packing all those clothes, but I'm definitely packing from those piles of clothing. I just have to like organize it. I'm a very type A packer, so I need to plan all the fits out. Right now it's just throwing a bunch of stuff on the floor and then planning out outfits, and then the bathroom is just like all of my travel size toiletries, and then I lay it all out. I need to do a huge load of laundry to make sure I see all of my clothing potential, so I'll just pack everything tomorrow. I don't think anyone really cares about that. I want to talk about journaling and the 3 books that I'm currently reading. I am so excited to talk about some of these books because it is very different than what I've been reading, and I think that is what I need in this breakup because I had the hardest time getting back into reading. As I talked about earlier in this vlog, it was very, very difficult. The one thing that came really easy to me, where I was trying to think back to like, what did I read going through the same type of breakup in the past? I used to only read nonfiction, self-help, spiritual, dense books before book talk, and then when I discovered like the fun of fiction again, it completely changed. But the last time I was going through something similar to this, I was reading like The Universe Has Your Back and Pema Chodron, I think that's how you pronounce her name, When Things Fall Apart, and like Books on Difficult Times, and like The 4 Agreements and The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. Speaking of the 7 spiritual laws of success, which I did read during our last separation, the author Deepak Chopra, I don't know how to say his name. He is such a brilliant person though. Basically the answer came so easy to me this time, where I was like, oh my gosh, I need to be reading books that make me think critically and books that make me learn things and like feel connected to my higher self and my spiritual self again. I bought this Christmas Eve of 2021. We had a small separation in our early days of dating. Christmas Eve of that year was one of the saddest, like, woe is me, was such a sad night for me. I was just like alone and sad and missing him and whatever. I spent Christmas Eve that year at Barnes & Noble spending $200 on books, and this was one of them, and I never got the chance to read it. I mean, I bought like so many books that night that I read other ones beforehand. I am such a firm believer that books find you when they are meant to, and I feel like I was meant to read this now. Something that happened during this breakup is I got on the side of TikTok of quantum leaping and like jumping to different timelines and realities, and this book is like everything I needed to hear about that. Did I even introduce this book? It's called You Are the Universe, Discovering Your Cosmic Self and Why It Matters. It's by Deepak Chopra, who is an author that I have read a handful of his other works so far. I would love to read more of his work. This is exactly what I'm doing with manifestation. And if you are very spiritual and believe in manifestation and understand that like you create your reality and your thoughts become things and like you are the universe, and like I could talk about this for hours. This expands on that so much more. It like is everything I need to hear. I'm tabbing, I'm highlighting, I'm actively reading. It is making me feel big again. I no longer feel small and sad. Like this is making me feel in my power. It's also very focused on like the physics and the science of it. I guess I should say metaphysics. It goes into like more of the quantum physics of it. There's a lot of math and science in here, so my brain is like, what am I reading half the time? In the introduction, it talks, you know, about how like you are the creator of reality and yet you have no idea how you do it. The process is effortless. When you see, light gains its brightness. When you listen, air vibrations turn into audible sound. The activity of the world around you and all its richness depends upon how you relate to it. But if everything you see around you needs your participation, then you are touched by the cosmos every minute of the day. If it turns out that the hidden side of creation is actually in control of the expanding universe, we confront possibilities that defy the accepted views of the laws of nature, the standard model. In a nutshell, when solid, reliable matter vanished, so did the concept of matter. This will turn out to be tremendously important if all the things we take for granted about physical objects, the heaviness of rock, the sweetness of sugar, the brightness of a diamond, are created in the human mind. This would imply that the whole universe is created in the human mind, but we're not there yet. It really deep dives, and it goes through, like I said, more of the science side of it, but there is some big truth in the fact that we create the reality we live in because we are the universe. It even talks about how like if everything is just random, how crazy the chances would have to be for it to have turned out the way that it did. But it cannot be random. That's the point, is none of this can be random. We create it. We just forget how because we're human. I don't know. I'm only halfway through this, but I'm speeding through it, but also really, really indulging and consuming it. This is what I need to read during a breakup. This is not everyone's cup of tea during a breakup, but I'm at the point of like, I need self-fulfillment. I need to feel like I'm learning and growing and becoming a higher version of myself than before. I need to learn. And this is the type of work and books that I would read in the past during our separations and during breakups. I feel like I'm going back to my roots with this. I've been talking about this for 10 minutes already. Oh my God. I can only read so many chapters of this a night before my brain needs a break. So then I move on to the memoir that I'm currently reading, which is Dear Jacob by Patty Wetterling. I actually went to her book signing back in 2023, I believe, and she and her co-writer signed it. This story, if you were from Minnesota and over the age of like 20, you probably are very familiar with this story or the name, or it might sound familiar. I've been wanting to read this memoir for a long time. It is heavy. Patty Wetterling, the author, is Jacob's mother, and Jacob went missing in the 80s here in Minnesota, and it was a huge case. Like, everyone here is very familiar with it. I remember it, and I wasn't even born yet because there was a breakthrough in the case when I was alive. And I remember I'm alive now. No, that made sense. I'm losing my mind. I asked my mom literally last night if she would ever consider reading this, and she was like saying it was way too close to home and really sad, so she probably wouldn't. She was like, his cousin was in my class. Like, I remember that, like, when it was happening in real time, which was a really crazy perspective to hear about. It is a very strange way to read this memoir because I feel like I know more information than the version of Patty as she's retelling what happened in the 80s, because we're going through it chronologically. So at, you know, the early stages, I think he's only been missing for about a month or two. I'm 100 pages in at that point. That version of his mom, she only knows what she knows, but most people reading it kind of know the whole case. I could cry reading this. It's good. It's just, I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, like reading heavy books about quantum physics and like a really, really sad local case that feels close to home. She said something the other night when I was reading about how people started to leave their porch lights on overnight so that Jacob could find his way home. And she said that like took over like wildfire, and like everyone in Minnesota just had, and it just like something like that just warmed my heart because it's like I can visualize it, like I can see it. Oh, I have chills. I literally have chills talking about this. I recommend it so far. It's definitely a denser, darker, just sadder memoir that I haven't read in a while. I've been reading like a lot of easy celebrity memoirs about how they became famous. This is a very different memoir. I guess I talked about the other book I'm reading. I just brought it upstairs because I need to get further in this if I'm going to finish it in time. Journaling. This is my healing journal right now. I think I'm gonna bring this one to California with me. I've been doing evidence-based journaling recently, which I learned about in a manifestation video a few months ago. It's basically where you write down every time that you see evidence that your manifestations are coming through or coming into fruition. So like if you're manifesting something and then you see your angel number, or you see a certain bird, or you see some sort of sign, when you see those signs, to track it, because it makes it, the girl in the video explained it so much better. I wish I could remember exactly how she put it. The concept has stayed with me though, and I have a list in my phone of evidence-based journaling notes that I have been meaning to put down, and every single day I feel like I notice more and more things. Like a dove visited me on my balcony the other day. My angel number, my lucky number, and my angel number is 17, and I swear I see it everywhere now. There was this wine bottle at Trader Joe's the other night. It's like a long story, but there was something on it that I've never seen before that was like a big symbol for me and whatever I'm talking about. And then The Housemaid, getting invited to LA to go to this early screening of The Housemaid. That is something I would write down for evidence-based journaling, that my manifestations of like abundance, success, and like my work life is coming into fruition. So that's what I'm gonna put in this journal tonight. This is probably a very long vlog, but thank you so much. As you could hopefully tell, like I feel like things are starting to look up. I have things to look forward to. I feel ready to take on work consistently again, at least with YouTube. I've been consistent everywhere else. Hopefully there's a little more light in my eyes again. I'm not saying I'm healed or better. I just feel like I've hit a turning point where instead of like going all the way down, I'm starting to go back up again. And it's feeling really, really good.